We're here at your old stomping grounds. I know you say you don't get out here often, usually during the summer or during school breaks, but when you step inside the stadium, what memories start rushing back?
Oh man, immediately, you know, I think back to the Friday night lights coming out of the tunnel over here on our left and, hearing the roar of the crowd and just being able to play in front of local people, people that you know within the community, being able to play with childhood best friends on the same field and against people that, are from the area, other schools, other teams, people that and it's just a pretty, surreal moment. So anytime I get out here, I really appreciate that. So.
And that led you to Siena Heights. You had an amazing year last year. Really, all of your stats were among career highs. But then you get the news a few weeks ago, or really maybe a week and a half ago, that Siena Heights will be closing down. What was your reaction when you got that email?
Yeah, so it all happened pretty fast. It was kind of crazy. Last week I was on vacation, and I was out west actually hiking. And I got the notification on my phone, and I checked it, and it was an email from the president saying how the university is going to be shutting its doors after the 2025-2026 school year. And obviously, that's a lot to take in at the moment. But I kind of just was patient with it. I've been patient through the whole process and just wanted to gain more understanding of, what's to come and what's to come out of this and what it's going to look like next year for us as student athletes. So,
is there a different mentality among the team now, knowing that really no matter what you do this upcoming fall, it's all over at the end of it?
I would say so. I think, a lot of guys who, first of all, want to get their name out there and be able to continue playing football and finish their careers elsewhere after the season's over. I think they have kind of a different chip on their shoulder and a different fire. And as the team, overall, I think for those who are choosing to stay and those who are going to stay and play out the season, that the camaraderie is there and they want to make this season, ultra special and one of the best that Siena Heights has ever seen. So,
what pressure do you feel, knowing that you have to go on the field and be the best teammate you possibly can be, but on the flip side, you have to garner enough film to impress your next stop?
Yeah, it's a little bit of pressure, I would say, but I try not to let it get to me much when I'm out there. I just like to think about, the play at hand, the task at hand, and what the best way I can help out the team is. So when I get out there, my head it's pretty clear and just focused on, what's going on in front of me.
And you do have 2 more years of eligibility.
Correct, yep.
What will you be looking for in your next school?
Well, I would say the number one thing is a winning program and a winning culture. I want to go somewhere that will take care of me and treat me, like their own, because it's always bigger than football. So that's big with me. And then a program that has success and has seen success and knows how to coach you and develop players and translate drills and practice and take the film and learn from it and put that on tape on the field.
They may have a new scheme, which may be an adjustment considering from your senior year of high school to your first year at Siena Heights, you also had to adjust to a new scheme and a new way of life on the football field. How do you think that's going to play out at your next school?
Yeah, that's obviously, a big thing with the transfer portal and looking to go somewhere else. And when I was coming out of high school and got to Siena Heights, that was a big adjustment for me, kind of learning the playbook, learning how practices ran, how the weight rooms ran, all that sort of thing. So that's definitely going to be a big thing, but I look forward to it. I see this as more of an opportunity for me, a way to showcase my talents elsewhere and, be able to help out a football program and a team that, I haven't been playing for the last few years.
When these coaches turn on your film, what are they going to see?
They're going to see a hard worker, a guy who busts his butt every single play and wants to do anything that he can to make the team better and to help the team win.
Are you prepared for the possibility of you never playing college sports again after this fall?
Yeah, it's definitely been a thought, and it was something that crossed my mind. But at the same time, each time you put on the helmet and you put on the pads, there's that possibility of injury or taking the risk that you don't know if it could be your last time. So I think that just kind of comes with it. It's something that, yeah, it's crossed my mind, but I try not to focus on that.
And you're the second athlete I've spoken to now that's very even-keeled and very chill about this news. You don't sound like you're very much freaking out. Is that actually the case, or on the inside are you maybe a little bit more worried than you're letting off?
Yeah, it's been a little stressful. I would say kind of my mentality about it, like I said earlier, is seeing it more as an opportunity. With the closing of Siena, in the unforeseen future, it kind of allows me to take a step back and figure out what I want to do and where I could end up playing football for the rest of my career. So I would say, yeah, I might be a little more even keel about it, but that's okay. At the end of the day, I know God has a plan and it's going to work out for me. So.
And what have those conversations been like with your current coaches as far as the future and where your next steps may be?
Yeah, so I've talked to Coach Cohen, the head coach there, and my DC. He basically told us, like, obviously the situation's really frustrating, and there's not much he can do about it, but he wants the best for us as players, and I know that he does. And so that was a big thing for me, and the coaching staff told me that they're going to help us players get our names out, help to build our football image, and contact any schools, coaches, or anything like that to help us get recruited, to help us to be able to continue playing after this season. So,
and of course, this is an unprecedented situation, but throughout your football career, what moment can you tap into to help you get through this moment here?
Well, I would say coming out of high school, or even before that, ever since I was young, I dreamed of having the opportunity to play collegiate football, at the highest level that I could. And so when I first got offered by Siena, that was, a pretty surreal moment for me. Having that opportunity to play at a high level like that on scholarship, that's not something that just comes around. So that's definitely something I think back to, just being thankful for Siena Heights for taking the opportunity on me and giving me the opportunity to play football on Saturdays.
When you step on that field for your final, first game with Siena Heights, where will your mind be?
Yeah, so I would say definitely just leaving it all out there. Playing every play like it's your last. I know that saying kind of gets thrown around a lot, but that's something that I kind of strive for when I'm out on the field playing. And I think, there's no better time to use that saying than now in this upcoming season. So that's kind of going to be my mindset going in, is just playing as hard as I can and doing what it takes to win.